Now let's say we are having an interview, and in that interview we can select any number of people and assume that there are two people who are being interviewed, A and B. A and B. The probability that A will get the job, let's say P of A, the probability with which person A will get the job is 1 by 2, and let the probability with which B will get the job is 1 by 3. So 1 by 2 is the probability with which A will get selected in the job, in the interview process, and 1 by 3 is the probability that B will get selected in the interview process. And moreover, selection of A is independent of selection of B, and selection of B is independent of selection of A, which means let us assume that even though if A has been selected for the job, still there will be vacancy and there is a chance for B to get selected, which means these two are independent events. Let us say that is already given in the question. If they didn't give you in the question, then it will not be able to, you will not be able to answer. They are not trivial things. Got it? So in most of the questions they will directly give you the word that they are independent in the exam. Otherwise, if they talk about trivial questions like flipping a coin, if they say that we are flipping a fair coin for 10 times or we are rolling a dice for 10 times, then in that case they are independent, right? Or if they talk about replacing, if they are talking about the experiment with balls and bag, then if they talk about replacing, then they are independent. Otherwise, other than that, they should use the word independent. Let us say in this question they have given you the word independent. So what is it? There is an interview and two people A and B are getting interviewed, and the probability that A gets selected is 1 by 2 and B getting selected is 1 by 3, and assume that A getting selected is independent of B getting selected. Both are independent events. Now we can frame some questions on that. Now the first question is, what is the probability that both of them will get selected? So which means they are asking about it, right? And one thing is A and B are independent. Since A and B are independent, we can say that P of A intersection B is P of A intersection P of B, which is this one, right? So which is 1 by 2 into 1 by 3. So how am I able to write it? Because they have already given that they are independent events. Fine, it is not interesting, it is simple, right? So the second question is, what is the probability that exactly one of them will get selected? So if you want exactly one of them to be selected, either A should get selected and B should not get selected, right? Exactly one should get selected. Then what is that I want? I want A to get selected and B should not get selected, plus A should not get selected and B should get selected. So these are the two events in which we are going to have exactly one person selected. Now since A and B are independent, we can say that A and B complement are also independent. How can we say it? Because we have just proven it right, in the previous video. And since A and B are independent, A complement and B are also going to be independent. Therefore, what can you say about it? It is equal to P of A into P of B complement plus P of A complement into P of B. Now what about P of A into P of B complement? So P of A is equal to 1 by 2. What about P of B complement? It is nothing but 1 minus P of B, which is equal to 2 by 3. If P of B equal to 1 by 3, P of B complement is going to be 2 by 3. Anyway, I am not worried about the numbers, you check it. Now what about P of A complement? It is going to be 1 by 2 and it is going to be 1 by 3. Got it? So this is the probability with which exactly one person will get selected. Now what is the probability that no one gets selected? If you want both of them not to be selected, then it is going to be P of A should not get selected and B should not get selected. Now we know that already we have seen that if A and B are independent events, then A complement and B complement are also going to be independent, right? Then what can we say about it? P of A complement into P of B complement, which is equal to, how much is this? 1 by 2 into 2 by 3. This is the probability that none of them get selected. So if you want to see what is the probability that at least one getting selected, so at least one getting selected is nothing but you have to take exactly one getting selected or both of them getting selected, which means to this one, if you add this one, this is, this is two of them getting selected, this is exactly one of them getting selected, you are going to get at least one getting selected, right? What about at most one getting selected? All these you can play with them, right? So at most one getting selected is, you can take this one, exactly 1 and 0, you can sum these two, then you are going to get at most 1. If you sum these two, then you are going to get at least 1. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.